Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill. Today we are going to talk about the trade-in event. Whenever you are taking your old rusted tank, you get half of the value for it because you scratched it already before and you are getting a brand new tank for yourself. It is a good event for players that do not have that many resources in the game and you just want to get rid of your old vehicle. But please keep this in mind that old premium tanks can get buffed and probably eventually they will get buffed. Also keep this in mind that let's say you got something from the loot boxes that you do not like, the same tank can be in whatever season of the loot boxes in the future. It is extremely important thing to highlight, and that being said, there is one more thing. Take advantage of the bond tanks in the bond store, and if it is sold in the bond store, you don't want to get it in the trade-in unless you are taking it from the bond store and then you are trading it for gold discount. That could work. It's not the best thing to do, but hey, if you have a very limited amount of the resources, that could work and that could be a good thing. Also, please take advantage of wargaming events such as drops, just because you are getting free tier 8 premium tanks and you are using them to get an actually good tier 8 premium tank. So for example, you get rid of the Panther 88 or T34, you trade it in, or I supposed to say you take T34, you trade it in, and you get something that is actually good. Take advantage out of those campaigns. That being said, we are going to go through the list of the tanks real quick, how the things are looking like. What would I recommend for people to get, what is good, what is bad, and please keep this in mind that bond tanks is not what you want to pay gold for, especially for not so wealthy players where the resources goes, right? That being said, where the lower tiers goes overall, I would highly recommend not to think about them at all. Tier 6 and tier 7 premium tanks, they are not even close for making good credits, but just to quickly go through it, useless, okay. Probably okay for tank destroyer lovers, okay. From what I remember, useless, kind of okay, kind of useless, very good, okay, useless, good. This is overall me going through the tier 6s. For a tier 8s, we will talk a bit more about it, but I just want to highlight that lower tiers are not worth it. 8015, for me personally, useless, definitely useless, okay, kind of useless because you can't use the DPM. Sniper Schnitzel, which is meh, just simply meh. That is bad, that is okay, that is probably bad, that is okay, and that is okay. That's all I have to say about the lower tiers, but once again, I want to highlight you one very simple thing. You don't want lower tiers. Trade in, you want higher tiers. This is what you are looking for, and that's what you want to get. Now, going to the higher tiers, let's see what do we have. 112, in my opinion, it is not a good tank. I think it is very, very overrated vehicle overall, and it's meh, just simply meh. 122 TM is fine, but it is in the bond store, so I would not recommend to take it. 50 TP prototype, I think it is a great tank. I can't remember it being in the bond store, honestly, and from what I can see, it is not in the bond store. So you can definitely consider that. It has quite a trollish armor, but in the same time, it comes with a trollish gun. If you know how Defender feels like, this tank has more accurate gun than Defender, but a bit worse armor. Pretty much that's all there is to say. 5060p, only selling point is gun. You do not want that tank. 59 Patton, first of all, you don't want that tank in general. Second of all, I am checking, is it in the bond store, and I don't see this in the bond store, but overall, you do not want to look at it. 88 Jack Tiger, useless. Old AMX prototype, this is actually a pretty nice tank. It has quite a bit of the derpy gun handling, but it's very, very quick and you kind of can play hold down. So it is okay tank. Definitely worth to consider. And obviously, if you want to take one or another tank, check out index page and you will find YouTube videos very easily. You will find my rating, community rating, and everything. Tier 8 tank destroyer AMX Cannon D Assault 105. It is okay in my opinion, not great, not terrible. It's definitely not the best tank in the world of tanks, but it can work. CDC useless. Liberty, you do not want to take those because you can get it from the Bone store. Carveron Action 10, I don't think there is anything to write books about this tank, and I think as a matter of fact it's like Patriot level tank, so you don't want to take that one. Chrysler Key Bond tank, so you don't want to take that. ELC even 90 is one of the best picks, because this little mother trucker is such a toxic light tank. It is one of the best, if not the best spotter in the tier 8, and in open maps you are a king. So this is definitely one of those options that you want to think about. FCM lately got buffed, but it is not a great tank even after the buff. I really want to highlight this. This is not what you want to take, even though it looks very appetizing. Sandlock is in the Bone store. You do not want to get that. Fava is just simply a pile of kaku. You are not interested in that. IS6 is in the Bone store. You don't want to get that. And it's nothing to write books about. Kampfpanzer, kind of perfect sniper schnitzel, although you don't have armor, but you have extremely accurate gun, good camo, and good mobility. Cover 4 KTTS, nothing to write books about. As a matter of fact, average at best. Cover 5 overall, you don't want to get it, but in the same time it is in the Bone store if I am not mistaken. I'm double checking the facts over there. Good. Lorraine, actually no, Black Dog, it is in the Bone store if I recall it properly. Yes, it is. You do not want to get that overall. Lorraine is in the Bone store. You don't want to get it. Love, classical credit printing tank, nothing to write books about, but some people still enjoy it even to this day. I think it is maybe tiny touch above average, with all honesty. Rev, outdated tank, you are not interested in that. Super Mutant, nothing to write books about, you don't care about it. Yoch tank, you can get from the Bone store, you are not interested in that. The 252U, which would be Defender, great choice for a beginner. If you have something that you don't like, for example T-34 that you receive it from drops, this could be an option because it's kind of idiot-proof tank to play with, but keep this in mind, the gun handling can be derpy. Object 703 version 2 double penetrator, very powerful tank if you know what you are doing. Definitely one of the top picks, at least in my opinion. Panzer Schmutz lately got buffed, which is a great thing, but then we are following with other thing. You see, it is in the Bone store. You would rather get it from Bones than you would get it from the trade-in. Skoda T57 straight up useless. Progetto is significantly better, and it's just nothing to write books about, honestly. Samwise, one of the better choices as well if you like autoloaders overall, at least in my opinion, so it could definitely work. It's not the best tank in the world of tanks, but it has potential of clipping enemies well, and you can bounce one or another shot. Stav 2, you don't want that. It's kind of average tank, but once again, not even worth to think about it. Just because there are better tanks. STG, the same guard, you can get it from the Bone store over there, right here, so you do not want to think about it either, right? Esterva S1, in my opinion, it is quite fine sniper schnitzel if you enjoy this type of red line gameplay, right? Or other than that, I do not really think I have any more things to say about it. Trash 103, Bone store tank, you are not interested in it. Pilot number 1, absolutely useless, at least in my opinion. It's just simply not a good tank. Super Pershing, one of the best tanks for beginners in my opinion. Truly awesome vehicle, and I would definitely recommend to consider for a newer players to get rid of something that you hate and get the Super Pershing, plus on top of that pref matchmaking, so that means you are not going to see the tier 10s, right? Patriots, not recommended because it is in the Bone store. T-34, T44, haha, outdated pile of kaku. T44-100, this is a good one. This tank is getting massive buff very, very soon. We have seen the next patch notes, so this is worth to consider. This is going to be a very, very nice tank. I would recommend to check out the patch notes for it. T54 first prototype, nothing to write books about. T92 Bond tank, you are not interested in that. Ball breaker is nothing special. It's kind of average, maybe a bit below average, but just simply nothing special. Alpine Tiger and Vaza is literally the same tank. Literally the same tank, so you are not really interested just because you can find those vehicles in the Bond store right about here. Only one thing, I mean, it is better than it was before. It's kind of below average. But, you know, once again, you don't want to pay gold for that. And Vaza 120 is kind of alright tank destroyer. I have been playing with it lately. It's completely fine. So I hope this quick 10 minutes video will give you basic understanding that in the numbers, the trade-in looks great, but half of the tanks you can get from the Bond store or half of the tanks are just simply useless. It is very important thing to say in overall, speaking about the top picks, just to sum everything up, right? 50 TP prototype, AMX 30. Double penetrator object, Samoa could work, S1 could work if this is your playstyle, Suka Persian could work, T44-100 could work, Vaza could work. That's it. That's all there is to pick from this store. Hopefully that will help, and hopefully you will make a very, very good decisions. That being said, thank you very much for watching, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.